Cameron's refused to appoint a special prosecutor. Whoever Cameron's protecting, it's not Kentucky.
When you're injured, the insurance company hopes you'll hire the wrong law firm. You're smarter than that. You deserve better. There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
Your home plumbing is one of the most essential systems in your home. You don't notice when it's working, but when it's not, call Bryant. Our licensed plumbers can take care of all your home plumbing needs. Why would you trust your family's help to anyone else? Call Bryant Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
Hitachi Ostemo, now hiring in Berea and Harrodsburg. Apply online.
We are Footprints on the Moon.
Live. Get ready to rock. Performing their greatest hits.
Play something we can dance to.
The Big Bang Theory.
Weeknights at 6 and 7:30 on Fox 56.
It's fun to get behind the wheel of the best rides. Honda, in stock now. Save thousands with 0.9% financing. The best value brand with the best resale value. Get 0.9%. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Justin Logan, Chief Meteorologist, Fox 56.
A Lexington program aimed at curbing violence gets the attention of leaders in Frankfort today. Find out what that could mean for the future.
I see how much hard work I've put into it, and then I get a tingle and I feel good to myself because I've been in a movie.
Certainly not the typical summer break for a young Lexington boy trying to take it all in as he stars in a movie.
And that heat and humidity is going to hang on for us. Some dry periods to track, but more rain as well. I've got details up ahead.
Live from Lexington, our home, your news. This is Fox 56 News at 6:30.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Marvin Bartlett.
And I'm Andrea Walker. There is no easy answer to cut down on crime. In Lexington, the city has turned to a homegrown solution to steer young people on the right path.
Bodie Brooks tells us how state lawmakers are now looking at One Lexington as a potential model for crime prevention. Bodie.
Yeah, Marvin, Andrea, it's hard to capture the full scope of different methods that One Lexington takes to prevent and intervene in conflicts between youth or the tragedies that are happening around them. But the officials that are leading that effort believe they're getting results, and state lawmakers want to hear more.
It's different what we are seeing in the streets right now.
Raw truths were shared with lawmakers and other officials in a special meeting at the state capitol on the realities behind crime among Kentucky youth. Divine Karama has led One Lexington for the past 2 years.
Firearms that are in possession of juveniles, sometimes I wonder if we're chasing our tail. Like their access. I had a 14-year-old tell me once, Mr. Divine, it's easier for me to get a gun than to get a job. And it really shocked me.
Karama laid out the methods they're using in Lexington to connect with kids in conflict, from prevention, intervention, and mediation, and he believes they're showing results. By this time last year, Lexington had 24 homicides. This year, we're at 9. Non-fatal shooting numbers are almost cut in half. He says it's about being consistent.
Weekly, we come in and we focus on things that teachers just don't have time to focus on because their mandate is to teach our kids. So we come in and talk about substance use disorder. We come in and talk about mental health and trauma with a trauma-informed care approach. We talk about conflict resolution.
The program focuses on the 13 to 29 age group, going beyond just schools and stepping in where they can when conflict rises. Karama says the reality is when violence happens, there's a lot of untreated trauma left behind.
A lot of cities only focus on fatal shootings, but we focus on non-fatal. But then we also focus on non-injury shootings. Because when a house gets shot up and there's a 5-year-old laying in the bed asleep that's awoken by gunfire and the bullets this close from their head, it may not make the news because nobody was hit, but that child is suffering from trauma.
He told lawmakers mental health access is one of the biggest areas where they can provide some support, as they look at the program as a model for future prevention.
I've been texting Representative Hare and I'm like, is this going on in Louisville? Like, we need this.
Some other issues Karama mentioned the legislature could give some help on were extra taxes that shelters are paying right now, financial help for victims of violence, growing opportunities for youth jobs, as well as that big problem of the number of guns that he sees on the streets. Andrea?
Bodie, thank you. Now to a tragic story out of Jackson County where police say a 7-year-old shot and killed his little brother. Kentucky State Police say the 5-year-old victim was shot and killed at a home on Cole Road just before 5:30 last night. First responders tried to save him, but the child died. Investigators do not suspect foul play. The child's name has not been released. No charges are being filed. A death investigation is underway in Knox County after a body was found in the woods last night. The Knox County Sheriff says the remains were found near Hall Circle in the Gray community. A backpack was found first, leading investigators to the body. Now, the case may be connected to a missing man last seen on May 24th. The remains were sent to a medical examiner for identification.
Family members and police are asking for help finding a missing Lexington father. Josh Woodhams was last seen Saturday near Todd's Road and Polo Club Boulevard. His wife, Crystal, shared a message on Facebook saying his phone is off and he hasn't used his debit card. Woodhams is described as 6'2", around 240 pounds, with blue eyes and a mostly bald head. If you see him or know where he is, call Lexington Police or Bluegrass Crime Stoppers. 24 people are behind bars in southern Kentucky after a large drug-related roundup. The suspects face a variety of drug-related charges, including trafficking meth, trafficking heroin, probation violations, and being a persistent felony offender. The suspects were taken to the Laurel County Detention Center. Laurel County's Drug Interdiction Task Force says even more arrests are expected. Well, parts of Kentucky are seeing some spotty showers this evening.
Meteorologist Justin Esterly joins us now with an early check of your forecast.
Hey, good evening. Yeah, we've got a couple of stronger storms rolling across southern portions of the state right now. This is a live look for us outside of London from our home view camera. Things are looking wet, of course. Not a ton of heavy rain coming down with this at this time. We are going to continue to see, though, in some spots a little bit of lightning and thunder and maybe some very small hail. Actually, that's what we have in a couple of those southern state storms right now. You can see from London all the way down through Williamsburg, a nice little strong line making its way towards Somerset at this time. It's going to continue to move more towards the west here. It's bringing pea-sized hail and 40-plus-mile-an-hour wind gusts to it. Some other showers from Richmond to Danville at this time, but no thunder and lightning with those. And we're going to continue to see very spotty showers. We've had in some spots a 1/10 of an inch, in other spots a 1/2 of an inch of rain already today. Temperatures have done well in areas that didn't get much rain. 81 in Lexington, but look at Richmond, 68 because of those showers. We're going to continue to track these for you. We have more of the same the next couple of days, and I've got more details on that coming up in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Justin. A new behavioral health unit will be opened June 25th at Kentucky Children's Hospital. This 17-bed facility is designed specifically to meet the mental health needs of children and teenagers. Previously located at Good Samaritan Hospital, this new facility features 8 semi-private rooms and 1 private room specifically designed for patients aged 5 to 17. One patient care manager at the new facility says it's a wonderful opportunity for the unit to help these children.
It's very needed service, not just in this local community, but across the state. We see kids from across the state, and there are not nearly enough services or providers out there to meet the need right now. So I'm really looking forward to opening this new space and being able to provide all of that care to the patients who desperately need it.
Other features include a secure outdoor area, therapeutic lighting and artwork, and a multi-use space for child-friendly activities.
You're never too young to follow your dreams. Take it from 9-year-old Grant Stevens here of Lexington, who hit the big screen in a new film, Little Town. Our Josh Short had the chance to meet the young star who's still trying to process the fact that this is all really happening.
Dad, where is Mama?
He may be on the big screen now, but he has fun, just like anyone his age.
Action!
Grant Stevens plays the role of Tommy in Little Town, where his dad Jason and the free-spirited Lauren hit the road to a little town in the mountains to find Tommy's late mother.
I didn't really know it was my thing until my dance teacher decided to give me a musical. And it was Wizard of Oz, and I played Toto. And then I figured out I liked it, and this is how I got here.
When it comes to balancing the life of being an actor and being a fun-loving young man, he says there's nothing like seeing his hard work pay off.
I see how much hard work I've put into it, and then I get a tingle and I feel good to myself because I have been in a movie.
The film was written and produced by Danny Menken of Hey Jude Productions.
Grant has this ability to just have wonderful expressions that you as a director don't need to do too much with.
Grant loves to have fun both on and off camera, as shown with his friendship with Menken's son Benjamin.
Because I come from the documentary world, for me to make a film that will have a lot of fantasy in it, made me a little bit, kept me feel like, I have a lot of freedom.
A big question, why is Tommy so genuinely happy? Well, turns out there's nothing a little positive energy spray can't fix. In Lexington, Josh Short, Fox 56 News.
So impressive. You can find more information on how to see the film in this story on fox56news.com.
Morehead State University has long had a reputation for preparing generations of educators. Today, the college earned a national ranking for doing so. The National Council on Teacher Quality gave MSU's elementary education program an A grade in its new report. MSU is one of 2 public university programs in Kentucky to earn an A. The national group evaluated nearly 700 traditional undergraduate and graduate programs nationwide, including 15 in Kentucky. It's time. 2 little words with much meaning behind them. Coming up after the break, a campaign to stop the violence and what Step 3 means for the communities around you.
And thousands struggle each day with needing food and not knowing where to get it. Coming up, details on a program designed to provide that food for free.
You're watching Fox 56 News. Our home, your news.
Just like your body, our vitamins, minerals, and herbs are grown from nature. And with all our products and advice, we have something for everything under the sun. All from nature herself. Robert's Health Foods, 1020 Industry Road, Lexington.
Watch me. Watch me grapple, move, and pin. When I hit the mat, don't underestimate the grin. I've got state championships and medals to show. But it's about more than just winning. This you should know. Overcoming odds through therapy and care. The road was long. Now opponents beware. Watch me. Game-changing sports medicine at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Ready for a career in the medical field? Emergency Medical Training Professionals gets you there.
I just went through the CCMA program here. I'm so excited for the opportunities that this school has given me.
EMTP is now enrolling for Certified Clinical Medical Assistant, including EKG technician and phlebotomy disciplines. This certification has a 98% job placement rate upon graduating. EMTP also offers interest-free payment plans. Enroll now and start your medical career off right with Emergency Medical Training Professionals.
If you want to make the most of your vacation, there's no better place than the Bluegrass State. Kentucky's 44 state parks offer abundant places to play and diverse accommodations to stay. Take a hike, float your boat, or bike the trails. Pitch a tent under the stars or settle into a lakefront lodge. Tee up for 18 holes, then enjoy a signature meal. Plan your trip at parks.ky.gov.
Could you sing in the blanks for $1 million prize?
2 things everybody loves, music and money.
Don't forget the lyrics tonight on Fox.
This is Fox 56 News with Marvin Bartlett, Andrea Walker, and weather with Justin Esterly.
It's time, Lexington. The city's domestic violence campaign is expanding, and it's getting more money to reach at-risk groups. The city says at least 8 people a day file for a protective order against a significant other in Fayette County. The campaign is broken into 3 phases. Phase 1, it's time to know about domestic violence, the study and research phase. 2, it's time to talk about domestic violence. In January, the city started a series of conversations about the issue. Now, with $135,000 in funding from the mayor's budget, Phase 3 begins. It's time to do something about domestic violence, asking people to commit to practical ways to prevent it and help victims.
The challenging is getting it out there in as many places as possible, and not only like in print form in the newspaper, but we're asking people to put it in their church bulletins, and it's easier if we give them something that they can just submit already. Also attending events that are targeted towards certain populations, so the Roots and Heritage Festival, the Latino Festival.
Already in 2023, the city's crime map shows 117 cases of domestic violence or a violation of an emergency protective order. For more information, check this out on fox56news.com.
Today, members of the Central Kentucky community took advantage of a free food pantry hosted by Community Inspired Lexington. The group focused on the Martins Avenue area, which was recently named a food desert by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, located miles away from the nearest grocery store. Community Inspired Solutions is trying to ease the burden of having to travel by providing fresh produce, meats, and drinks, all free of charge.
Come in, we set it up. They come in and shop. We started with just a handful of people. Everybody tells everybody else. Every month we see new faces, new people we haven't seen before. We average usually at least 60 people that will go through here in a day.
Community Inspired Lexington hosts the food banks on the third Tuesday of every month.
And we've got a couple of stronger storms rolling across the bluegrass here this evening. We're going to track those and talk about tomorrow's chances too, just after the break.
Today's Mega Millions jackpot is $300 million, and Wednesday's Powerball jackpot is $400 million.
Scan the QR code on your screen now and download the Fox 56 News app, sponsored by the Kentucky Lottery. Over $4.4 billion in grants and scholarships.
May look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Big trucks can cause big wrecks.
Because of its size and massive weight, even a slow-moving truck like this can be dangerous. I'm attorney Daryl Isaacs. I am America's big truck attorney. At Isaacs & Isaacs, we've recovered over $1 billion for our clients, and we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve. So now I'm not just the attorney on the big truck, I'm the attorney on the big moving truck.
Big truck wreck, WeWin.com.
One call, that's all.
You deserve to say yes.
These are my results. I am so happy.
Yes to confidence.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
Yes to a new shape.
Look what Sonia Bella did for me. Do you see this?
Yes to a new you.
I'm Dr. Elena Vega. Imagine you could remove this much fat from multiple areas all at one time.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good.
I have the flattest tummy that I've had in 25 years.
I'm able to wear things that I never thought I would wear again.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-273-9096 or go to sonobello.com.
You might be asking yourself, how did Mr. HVAC get to be so famous? Well, it's not because he's a man of mystery. In fact, his work speaks for itself, even in disaster situations. No, Mr. HVAC doesn't need fancy gimmicks to help his clients. He stands for honest, reliable work to get you through the season. When your system needs repaired, it's Mr. HVAC.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Now, your forecast from Fox 56 News, the weather authority.
Well, good evening and welcome back. If you're in Pulaski County right now, you're likely going to experience some thunderstorms coming through the area. We've got lightning, thunder, some pea-sized hail moving in. Here's the edge of the structure of the line of storms moving towards us right now from our home view camera in Somerset. Look at that. It's actually a really nice cosmetic looking storm coming in. It's not doing a ton. It's going to have some frequent lightning, some heavy downpours with it. It's actually moving to the west at this time, believe it or not. As we go through this evening, we're going to continue to see storms kind of cycle in that direction as we go through. Here's the live radar theme from Jackson. You can see this broken line of scattered thunder and lightning with a pretty frequent lightning return on it. That main cell that is just entering Pulaski County right now has some strong returns with it. The whole line moving to the west at about 30 miles an hour, again producing 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts and some pea-sized hail along with frequent lightning and heavy rainfall. Nothing severe to come of this at this time, but we are going to continue to track that as we go through this evening. In fact, it's all moving up to the west because it's rotating around the low that's actually fallen to the south, and that's actually causing storms to go from east to west when normally we talk about them coming in from the west. There's your reason why things are kind of going against the grain. That's what the next big thing has been all week long here. And we're going to continue to see scattered showers through about 11 or midnight here tonight. And then we're going to dry out briefly into tomorrow morning. That low then is going to start to work its way back up to us. And as it does so, we're going to be seeing those scattered showers return early tomorrow morning. Maybe a couple thunderstorms again in spotty nature through Wednesday afternoon. It does look like more dry time than wet time on Wednesday, but as that low gets closer, then we're going to see more of that rain return for us into our Thursday as well, with some more scattered showers and thunderstorms in the mix overnight Thursday into Friday. Not being done with any of that here anytime soon. It looks like we've got some of us at a half inch of rainfall already. Others here like Lexington, only a 1/10 of an inch. Very hit or miss on those showers here today. As we look at futurecast rainfall totals, we're still looking at some areas that get thunderstorm activity to get an additional 1 to 2 inches from now through even just Friday morning. So plenty of rain to come our way. Temperature-wise, we're doing fine. 81 right now in Lexington. You can see, though, Williamsburg, the thunderstorm going through there, they're down to 66. So we are going to see a dip in temps where the rain is ongoing. But most of us made it into the upper 70s to low 80s here today, and we're going to keep that theme going as we head into tonight. We're going to go down into the 60s into early tomorrow morning, and then we're going to have another chance to break into the low 80s. But those patchy spots where those showers and thunderstorms come in is going to take away from that. So just keep in mind, we're going to have some areas that break 80 again. Others, if they get hit with multiple showers, probably staying in the low 70s. That's where we're all going to go on Thursday because storms seem more likely early in the day. That's going to be good. And we're going to continue to see those trends into Friday. Drying out a little into the weekend, but there's another system that we're going to have to track as we go into next week. Andrea?
Thanks, Justin. Coming up in our next half hour, we've heard a lot about shortages since the pandemic. Now, common cancer drugs are running short. It's an unsettling feeling for patients and the doctors who treat them. That's tonight on Fox 56 News at 7.
And things are heating up for the Cincinnati Reds, and Joey Votto's return is making the hottest team in baseball even hotter. Stick with us. Sports is up next.
You're watching Fox 56 News. Our home, your news.
I saw a survey that said 2/3 of Americans think that road trip snacks are a must.
Keep up with the Kentucky Taste Buds on Live from Chevy Chase.
I also have to take with me on every road trip trashy tabloid magazines.
Not exactly a snack.
Oh, it's a snack for the mom.
Live from Chevy Chase. Fox 56, the Weather Authority, is sponsored by Bryant Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Call Bryant 365 days a year for repairs, replacements, and service on all the systems that drive your home comfort. One call, Bryant Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical.
Just like your body, our vitamins, minerals, and herbs are grown from nature. And with all our products and advice, we have something for everything under the sun. All from nature herself. Robert's Health Foods, 1020 Industry Road, Lexington.
I'm Justin Peterson of the Peterson Law Office. I'm a local attorney who helps people injured in motor vehicle accidents. In most instances, we help our clients recover from the insurance company for the at-fault driver. But what if the at-fault driver does not have enough insurance to cover your injuries? What do? You can purchase insurance called underinsured motorist coverage, which can protect you and your loved ones. Kentucky, call me. 859-469-6390. I'm here to help you and your family.
Your brother told me you asked him for money again today. And your work called saying you've missed your last 3 shifts.
Our marriage won't survive if you keep using.
It's either us or drug use. It's your choice.
Choose life. Choose Landmark Recovery. Visit landmarkrecovery.com to learn more.
WeBuyAnyCar.com. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself can be, well, you know.
So how many bodies does this car hold? Well, it's a 5-passenger car. Right, passengers. Yeah.
Maybe even 6. Avoid strange encounters. Come to WeBuyAnyCar.com instead. It's easy. You get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price. Cha-ching. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Hometown Firehouse Feast, Friday on the Fox 56 Morning News. Sponsored by the Kentucky Beef Council. Now, Fox 56 Sports.
It's dub season for the Cincinnati Reds, now on a 9-game heater after their win over the Colorado Rockies Monday night. They're now the top dogs of the National League Central standings. Franchise legend, though, Joey Votto, a big part of that, making his return to the active roster. Votto homered, singled, walked, and drove in 3 runs against the Rockies, including the game-winning single Monday night. Quite the return for Votto in his first game back since August of 2022 after undergoing shoulder surgery and battling back injuries. Votto's presence had been missed in the Great American Ballpark, but Reds manager David Bell happy to have him back.
What a great player. No, really. I mean, he just got himself ready. He's so excited to be part of our team, and he's been watching. He's been doing everything to stay connected to our team, and then to come back and contribute tonight was just a great start. Meant a lot to our team. It was great having him out there. He's felt and been a part of this the whole time from the very first day of spring training. And he's made sure of that during this whole time that he wasn't with us. But now it feels the way it's supposed to.
And it's been another offseason of roster turnover for Kyra Elzy and her basketball squad. But the word we heard the freshmen and transfers use today when talking to them, veterans, a trusted coaching staff, and players already inside the program, helping make their decision to come to UK. The team is on campus getting used to one another. They welcomed in another Miss Kentucky basketball and Gatorade Player of the Year in former Franklin County star Brooklyn Miles, adding 6'4" Janae Walker and 6'2" Jordy Griggs. And you'll see this UK team has pieces to compete. That's what excites the newcomers the most.
I'm super excited, super fortunate to be playing for this program. Coach LZ, I've known her since I was in high school, so it's really just great to be back home around all the support and the love.
You know, I think everyone, different personalities, different ways of learning, different ways to encourage. So just learning each individual teammate and knowing how they best respond was definitely going to be my main goal. You know, just being that source of pep, that source of encouragement for everyone in whatever way they need.
Yeah, guys, Kyra Elzy is really excited about this group like she was about the last year's group as well. But a lot of new pieces, so excited to see what they bring to the table.
All right. Thanks, Nicole.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching. More news coming up at 7.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Kroger, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
America's #1 hot tub manufacturer states this fact: made in the USA. All our hot tubs are built right here. Selling hot tubs directly to you saves you thousands while keeping jobs here in the USA. Shop us now at hottubsusa.com.
Arby's showed us a great weight when crafting its deluxe Wagyu Steakhouse burger. And with great weight comes great responsibility to make irresponsibly huge burgers. Arby's, we have the meat.
Kentucky is hiring. You can find a job or post a job at the Kentucky Careers webpage. Now on Fox56News.com. Sponsored by Hitachi Ostemo.
broke, Daniel Cameron promised to investigate.
The former governor under fire, Matt Bevin.
Issuing pardons and commutation to rapists and murderers. But Cameron used taxpayer money to hire Bevin's top aides instead, surrounding himself with the same people who helped push Bevin's pardons.
One, a child rapist, another who killed his parents.
No wonder Cameron's refused to appoint a special prosecutor. Whoever Cameron's protecting, it's not Kentucky.
Corvin's Furniture and Flooring has been family-owned and operated for over 35 years. That's why we've been dedicated to creating comfortable and beautiful spaces for families to cherish. With a wide selection of furniture and durable flooring solutions, we can transform your house into a home with your unique style and budget. As a family-owned business, we offer competitive prices without compromising on quality. Join thousands of satisfied families who trust us to create lifelong memories. Visit Corvin's Furniture and Flooring in Bardstown and Lexington today to make your dream home a reality.
Make a community connection with UK Healthcare. Tuesdays on the Fox 56 Morning News, get the latest in family health and wellness from the experts. UK Healthcare. Extraordinary care is right here.
When you download the Kroger app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Kroger app. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
All law firms are not the same. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We've got showers and storms working into the area. Check this out in Somerset right now. The rain coming in. I've got details right now.
Plus, people are questioning the state's gun laws today following the tragic death of a 5-year-old shot and killed by his 7-year-old brother. And a presidential summit looks at risks and rewards of artificial intelligence and whether Congress is ready to control it. It's the top of the hour. Fox 56 News at 7 starts right now.
Live from Lexington, our home, your news. This is Fox 56 News at 7.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Ann Friel Walker. It's been a breezy and sunny day, but will the rain return? Justin Esterly joins us in the Weather Center now. Justin, what are we talking, drizzle or dry?
Well, for some of us, it's thunderstorming right now, so much more than just a drizzle. Check it out in Somerset at this time. You might even be able to see here some hail falling inside this thunderstorm. I think we're catching a little bit of that here on our camera on the home view. Lots of wind, 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts expected on top of some pea-sized hail in Somerset at this very moment as a line of storms is actually moving from east to west across southern portions of the state. That's what we've got right here, and I'll move out of the way so you can see right into Pulaski County, that storm coming right now. Frequent lightning on there, heavy rainfall all the way down to the Tennessee-Kentucky line there from that system as well. We're going to continue to see this as our main storm of the evening as it continues to move to the west. Most of us up and behind that, not dealing with much. In fact, areas that aren't seeing rain, still in the upper 70s to near 80 here, like in Lexington, and those shower chances are going to continue, but it looks like they are finishing up after this main line comes through. Very muggy out there for us as well. 73-degree dew points in Somerset at this time. The rest of tonight, mostly cloudy with a chance for a spotty shower, but we're basically going to rinse and repeat this forecast the rest of the week. I'm going to track those storms and bring you more on this update here coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Justin, thank you. Tonight, we're learning more about what troopers are calling a deadly accidental shooting in Jackson County. Kentucky State Police say a 5-year-old was killed, shot by the child's 7-year-old sibling. Danielle Miskell is here with a closer look at accidental shootings.
Thanks, Andrea. So KSP says foul play is not suspected and there are no criminal charges at this time. Trooper Justin Kearney told me this is a reminder that guns need to be safely locked up. And a representative for Kentucky and Washington that I spoke with today says work is being done on this issue.
A recent national survey says there are about 30 million kids in the U.S. living in a household with a firearm. The same survey found that nearly half of those homes don't lock up their guns.
And when you look at the fact that gun violence is the leading cause of death among children, and that in Louisville, 85% of the child shootings last year were ruled accidental, that's a policy failure.
Kentucky currently only presses charges against parents or guardians who give minors a gun or knows that they have one and don't take it away. Representative McGarvey of Louisville says lawmakers are considering making parents or guardians responsible for accidental shootings as well.
We're working on in Washington with the Gun Violence Prevention Task Force is to craft a set of laws that will keep our kids safe. that includes safe storage and making sure that we have a standard that can be accepted across the country so that we reduce the number of kids who are shot, in particular, the number of kids who are shot every year accidentally.
Right now, there are only 18 states plus Washington, D.C. that enforce a child access prevention or CAP law, imposing criminal liability on negligent storage of a firearm. A RAND Corporation study found that those states are associated with lower risks of accidental shootings with children 15 and under.
When I talk to responsible gun owners, they don't object to safely storing their weapons, particularly around kids.
Besides reducing accidental injuries and deaths, safe storage laws also have the potential to reduce suicides and violent crimes among youth. The National Rifle Association's website states that it is a gun owner's responsibility to store guns away from unauthorized users, especially kids. Police departments in Richmond, Winchester, and Georgetown are still offering gun locks to the community, free for pickup. I'm Danielle Miskell. Andrea, back to you.
Thank you, Danielle. Let's take a look now at some of the other stories making headlines tonight. There are less than 40 hours of air left for the 5 people aboard that missing mini submarine tonight. The Coast Guard is continuing to search in the Atlantic Ocean, about 900 miles east of Cape Cod. The sub, made of carbon and titanium, went missing yesterday as it traveled to the site of the Titanic. Assisting in the search are the Canadian Coast Guard and the Air National Guard. Search efforts have focused on both the surface, with aircraft searching by sight, and with radar and sonar searching beneath the water. The man accused of trying to set fire to the historic Mary Todd Lincoln House appeared in court today. Lexington police found Santosh Sharma at the rear of the historic home with a gallon of gas and a lighter. Sharma is also charged with menacing and criminal trespass. Police responded to the historic childhood home of the wife of Abraham Lincoln after an alarm went off. Luckily, nothing was damaged. His case now goes to a grand jury. 2 Louisville nursing homes will permanently shut down after state surveys found substantial non-compliance with Medicare rules and regulations, including rodents and resident neglect and abuse. Both homes are owned and operated by a Lexington company, Exceptional Living Centers. U.S. Attorney Michael Bennett announced the closures today. Exceptional Living Centers operates nursing homes in Frankfort, Stanford, and Somerset as well. While tech companies tout the promise of artificial intelligence, President Biden and lawmakers from both parties are voicing concerns. Whether AI turns out to be a panacea or a Pandora's box remains to be seen. Fox News correspondent Madeline Rivera reports from Washington.
Apprehension over artificial intelligence. The feeling is spreading in the nation's capital as the technology also grows.
Clearly, AI is the hot topic of the year, and you've seen that within the stocks that are involved in AI.
From science to music, AI has the potential to transform a range of industries. But industry experts also warn AI could one day threaten humanity. Now, President Biden wants input from tech leaders to find out how to curb that risk without stifling the technology's progress.
I have a lot to learn, and we also have a lot to discuss.
Congress is also eager to act.
Congress cannot behave like ostriches in the sand when it comes to AI.
On Tuesday, a bipartisan group of lawmakers introduced a bill to create a national commission to focus on regulating AI.
We also have to be humble and understand that there's a lot we don't know. And as members of Congress, we have to acknowledge that we have to have experts sometimes advise us on new technologies.
Still, one expert urges the need to strike a balance.
Government should take a slow approach in this. They should try to learn as much as they can, but obviously overregulation is the last thing you want with an emerging technology.
On Wednesday, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is expected to outline upcoming legislative efforts. A group of senators are planning to hold a series of briefings on the subject in the summer. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Focusing on your money at 7, hidden fees are included in prices for almost everything, but consumers could be to blame for why those fees won't be going away anytime soon. The Wall Street Journal reports drip pricing is the practice of showing a low base fee for items, then adding additional charges at checkout. Once they check out and get hit with those charges, they figure it's too late for you to object. Buy it, try it, send it back. It's going away. More online retailers are no longer allowing you to return your purchase. Secondhand website Poshmark is reporting an increase in retailers labeling clothing final sale, which means even if it doesn't fit, you can't send it back. The National Retail Federation says an estimated 16.5% of items were returned last year. Still ahead on Fox 56, our Deanne Stevens is back out on the road this week with how you can enjoy the sights and sounds of Lake Cumberland without ever leaving the water.
You're watching Fox 56 News. Our home, your news. In honor of Nexstar's Founders Day, the staff of Fox 56 spent the day volunteering at Sunrise Children's Services. The kids had a great time laughing and playing without a care in the world. Our staff, they had an even better time. Fox 56, our home, your news.
Hi, I'm Lee Trevino. Most people know me for winning 6 PGA championships. With my bum knee, I started thinking I was going to have to trade my club in for a cane. Then I discovered Arthritis Knee Pain Centers.
Arthritis Knee Pain Centers has cutting-edge image-guided treatments that place a natural lubricating gel directly into your affected joints. This FDA-approved, non-surgical procedure replenishes the missing cushioning fluid to provide you with pain relief, comfort, and improved mobility without surgery or downtime. It's covered by Medicare and most private insurance. We've helped relieve the pain for thousands of our patients.
Arthritis Knee Pain Centers relieve my pain and change my life. They got me back in the game again, baby. Call them now and schedule your free knee pain assessment. Get the pain relief you deserve today.
In Lexington, call 800-919-8024. That's 800-919-8024.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
Your time is important, so when air conditioning issues happen, you need help now, not next week. For the fastest response time in town, call Bryant.com. We'll fix your AC and get you back to what's important in life. Fast. Plumbing and electrical issues? Call Bryant.com. Easy to schedule, same-day installs, no overtime. With the fastest response time in town, we'll be there when you need us most. For all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric needs, call Bryant.com.
Hometown Firehouse Feast, Friday on the Fox 56 Morning News. Sponsored by Crystal. This is Fox 56 News with Andrea Walker and weather with Justin Esterly.
Lake Cumberland is one of the largest and most visited lakes in the eastern United States, and we're lucky enough to have it right here in Kentucky. Deanne Stevens is out and about today, lakeside, with more.
Well, we are at the most beautiful lake in the world, if you ask me, Lake Cumberland, where we are with our friends from Lake Cumberland Tourism, Michelle Allen. And Michelle, I get all giddy when we talk about Lake Cumberland because I grew up coming to the lake, and so many other people did as well. It's my peaceful place, and it's that case for you as well, too.
Absolutely. I just got cold chills when you're talking about it. We get over 4 million visitors that come here every year. We are the 8th largest man-made lake east of the Mississippi. We're so large that you can find a crowd if you want a crowd, right, or not see anybody at all. And
you can escape,
you
right?
can be gone if you'd like to, but we have great fishing, boating, just about anything that you'd like to have on Lake Cumberland.
So many people do use the lake for an escape, whether it's just getting away from the rat race of it all or bringing the kids. It's family friendly always.
All the time. Even couples, we've got bachelorette parties that are coming now. We've got tons of families, got tons of people that are retired and are like, okay, we've been here, we've come for many years, now we're going to live here too.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of RVs that are parked for the year here around here.
Yes.
Well, we are here at the Lees Ford Dock, and I've been to Lees Ford Dock many times. for the restaurant.
Absolutely.
Because people come for the food,
Yep,
right?
They do. They come to Harbor Restaurants.
And they also have floating cabins.
Absolutely.
What is this that we're on here?
This is actually a tiny floating cabin.
Okay.
So you can rent these cabins here at Lee's Ford Marina and Resort. They have 6 that'll actually be motorized that you can take out, or one that's staple if you're like, okay, no, I just want to be on the water, but I don't want to be on the water. So it can stay here as well.
Okay, so let's check it out. And I'm always told that backdoor guests are best, right?
Yes,
so we're going in backwards here. This is the bedroom.
Yes.
King size bed?
Yep.
Okay.
And it all comes fully furnished, so you don't have to bring a thing to stay here.
Wow. Even we have a little bathroom.
We do.
A laundry.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'd like to escape laundry, but I mean, you got to do that when you got wet towels.
That, and I always like to say how you have a full kitchen in here as well. So there's always great things to be able to do. Sit around the table, or you can get pizza at the ship store too. So that's easy as well. If you don't want to cook, right on up to the harbor or go right here to the ship store.
And there's also a grill on the back.
Absolutely.
They make it simple for folks,
do.
right?
They sure do.
Okay, so how can we get more info on Lake Cumberland? If people have never been to Lake Cumberland,
Oh my gosh, it's so easy.
You have to come.
Go to lctourism.com.
Okay.
And we have all our events. We've got Lee's Ford Marina Resort on there. We've got Burnside Marina. We've got just about anything you can do, not only in Somerset, but in the Lake Cumberland region.
I'm in my happy place here at Lake Cumberland. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about, on the road, on the lake, something like that. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Deanne. Well, we all know cats usually feel at home here in Kentucky, right? But as we focus on the positive, we'll explain why this one is enjoying its new home as a Hoosier.
And we've got some scattered showers and thunderstorms rolling through the bluegrass right now. We'll be tracking them live for you coming up next.
Scan the QR code on your screen now and download the Fox 56 News app, sponsored by the Kentucky Lottery. Over $4.4 billion in grants and scholarships.
Hi, this is Todd with Haas & Haas Properties, and we buy houses for cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call us at 859-888-1100. We can pay cash and close in as little as 10 days. We buy houses in any condition and any price range in Fayette and surrounding counties. If you own property and want to sell it fast, call us today at 859-888-1100. That's 859-888-1100.
For your next clogged drain, don't call a general plumber, call a specialist. The experts at Lex Reuter specialize in clogged drains and pipes. We offer preventative maintenance and 24-hour emergency service for your peace of mind. Lex Reuter, we keep you flowing.
Find your adventure in Cave City, Kentucky. Adventure awaits.
I'm Tommy Covey. Aren't you tired of letting Green's Toyota charge you ridiculous prices to service your vehicle? Aren't you tired of feeling like they're victim of the day? Well, you have a choice. Covey's Auto, an honest shop where your vehicle's safety and reliability is truly what's important. After 33 years in town, our tens of thousands of clients would more than agree Covey's is the right choice for you. Covey's Auto. Come see the difference.
Daniel Cameron promised to investigate.
The former governor under fire, Matt Bevin.
Issuing pardons and commutations to rapists and murderers. But Cameron used taxpayer money to hire Bevin's top aides instead, surrounding himself with the same people who helped push Bevin's pardons.
One, a child rapist, another who killed his parents.
No wonder Cameron's refused to appoint a special prosecutor. Whoever Cameron's protecting, it's not Kentucky.
I'm Justin Peterson. It's extremely hard to see our loved ones suffer at the hands of nursing homes. Signs of nursing home abuse and neglect include bed sores, infection, malnutrition. If you see any of these signs, don't wait to call. Kentucky, call me.
In tonight's Tonight's Focus on the Positive, a headline not usually liked in the bluegrass, a Kentucky cat becoming a Hoosier. But there is a good reason here, I promise. This bobcat here named Bane is now living in the Black Pine Animal Sanctuary in Indiana. Now, back in February, Bane was taken by Kentucky Fish and Wildlife officers from a family in Grant County who was keeping him as a pet. Now, Bane could not be released back into the wild because he'd become too domesticated. Family actually taught him how to use a toilet and had his food microwaved. That's a whole nother story, kind of impressive. But as you can see here, Bane is now renamed Chester and is getting very comfortable in his new home. Majestic creature there. Mount Sterling is full of color this summer, and happening this weekend, you have a chance to create beautiful arrangements just like the ones that we're showing here on the screen at Mount Sterling in Bloom. Saturday will be filled with things to do at Main Street Park downtown. That includes a presentation by the city's landscaper on how to make one-of-a-kind flower planter arrangements. The Mount Sterling in Bloom events will be from 10 to 2 on Saturday.
Now, your forecast from Fox 56 News, the weather authority.
Well, it was a mostly quiet day for most of us here. Now we've got some activity ongoing across parts of the bluegrass, mainly down in Pulaski County in the southern portion of the state. We've got scattered showers and thunderstorms working through. We've seen some hail flying across our Somerset home view camera. Rain still coming down there. The edge of the storm was pretty cool to see as it first moved through. Now, as we continue to work through it here, you can see that that storm is starting to weaken a bit as it continues to move into Somerset. But south and west of that is another band of strong showers and thunderstorms, all moving from east to west at this time, and we're expecting them to continue to sort of die off here as we go into the rest of this evening. Some more showers from Nicholasville down to Danville and even further towards Liberty, but we aren't going to be seeing a whole lot in behind this until we get into tomorrow. There's going to be some spotty shower chances as the low that we had yesterday fell to the south. It's now rotating showers and storms up around the northern edge of that, and that's why everything is moving against the grain. Now we're going to continue to see chances for showers and storms. That's been the next big thing each and every day of this week. That low has moved off to the south, and now most of the activity we have is going to wrap up before midnight, and we'll see a drier period into tomorrow morning. Zooming out quickly so you can see that that low gets pretty far to the south in Georgia and Alabama. Is going to move its way back to the north, though, as we get into it tomorrow, bringing more showers by 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Scattered in nature, continuing with a slight chance for a couple thunderstorms into the afternoon. Still seeing very hit or miss sporadic chances. Not everybody gets rain, definitely not all at the same time on Wednesday. While that low gets overhead on Thursday morning, we're going to see another pool of showers and storms come through into our Thursday afternoon. This will likely be the coolest and the rainiest day on the map here for us, as showers look like they're going to linger through much of the day, and then we'll start to see it become way more sporadic again into our Friday and slowly dry out as we go into our weekend. Now today, not as impressive as yesterday with the rainfall totals. A tenth here in Lexington. Other areas probably going to add a couple tenths of an inch to a half of an inch as those storms roll through tonight. From now until Friday morning, we're going to see a chance for half inch to an inch overall, with 1 to 2 inches in areas that get those stronger storms here over the course of the next 2 days. Temperature-wise, it hasn't been bad. We did get into the 80s today because it was more dry than anything else. Overnight, mid-60s, going back at times towards 80s tomorrow if we can be drier for longer and get sunshine to come out again. Areas that get more rain than anything else are probably going to fall back into the 70s here for us as we go through tomorrow afternoon. Check it out, though, for the 7-day forecast. It's on rinse and repeat. The coolest day likely on Thursday because it looks like it's going to be a little bit more widespread and longer lasting with those showers and storms, so temps probably won't get out of the low 70s. But we recover on Friday, and into the weekend, things really heat up because it dries out for us, and we keep those 80s going. And another system looks like it's going to bring us rain on the other side of the weekend. But hey, Andrea, you can't be mad about finally getting the drier weather to come back on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, perfect timing there. Thanks, Justin. The American Cancer Society says there will be more than 30,000 new cases in Kentucky this year alone. And 2 important drugs to treat cancer are in short supply. We focus on your health straight ahead. But first, today's Mega Millions jackpot is $300 million, and Wednesday's Powerball jackpot is $400 million. More news is next.
Scan the QR code on your screen now and download the Fox 56 News app, sponsored by the Kentucky Lottery. Over $4.4 billion in grants and scholarships.
I saw a survey that said 2/3 of Americans think that road trip snacks are a must.
Keep up with the Kentucky Taste Buds on Live from Chevy Chase.
I also have to take with me on every road trip trashy tabloid magazines. Not exactly a snack. Oh, it's a snack for the mom.
Live from Chevy Chase. Fox 56, the Weather Authority, is sponsored by Bryant Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Call Bryant 365 days a year for repairs, replacements, and service on all the systems that drive your home comfort. One call, Bryant Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself means dealing with...
Okay, I'll give you half now. Okay, and this. This is mine.
Don't suffer selling your car on your own. Visit WeBuyAnyCar.com to see what your car's worth. We make it easy. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Nice.
Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Find battery tools in the AK homeowner system starting at $199.99. Real Steel. Find yours.
I've been at this for a long time, and over time, I like to think of the hundreds of thousands of clients that we've helped. My office and home are full of scrapbooks and pictures of you and your families, and I love when I bump into so many of you later in life. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Could you sing in the blanks for $1 million prize?
Two things everybody loves, music and money.
Don't forget the lyrics tonight on Fox.
We're focused on your health and a shortage of common cancer drugs. In fact, the National Comprehensive Cancer Network says 90% of cancer centers across the country are affected. As Austin Westfall reports, doctors are being forced to make difficult decisions about treating their patients.
Some facilities in the United States, we understand, actually have no carboplatin or cisplatin available.
Carboplatin and cisplatin are two of the most common chemotherapy medications, and the drugs treat many types of cancer like lung and testicular cancer. But right now, not every patient has easy access to them.
I was worried because I didn't want this to be prolonged.
Gail Lass needed carboplatin for stage 2 lung cancer treatment, but her doctor didn't have any and wasn't sure if he'd be able to find it elsewhere. Eventually, her doctor arranged for her to get the chemo at a nearby hospital.
Usually one of us can get the drug, but it's just become more of a challenge.
For now, Dr. Justin Favero says the drugs are being given to people with stage 1, 2, or 3 cancer. That's because treatment aims to cure the cancer in those stages. Stage 4 is when other treatment options are considered.
In stage 4 patients where they're not necessarily curable, a small change of one drug or one regimen to another wouldn't necessarily shorten their lifespan. It would just be not necessarily the ideal treatment that we would typically use.
It's going to get worse, I think, before it gets better.
A survey of 27 U.S. cancer centers shows that 93% have reported a shortage of carboplatin and 70% have reported a shortage of cisplatin.
The current estimates are that up to 500,000 cancer patients per year could be affected by the shortage of these two agents.
Dr. Carlson says it's tough to know exactly when conditions will improve, but in the meantime, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration says that they're working with a Chinese drug manufacturer in order to boost the supplies for the time being. In Charlotte, Austin Westfall, Fox News.
And a spokeswoman tells us that so far this shortage hasn't affected UK healthcare. We are asking other area hospitals if it's impacting them. We know the rain's going to be hitting some folks hard.
It's going to keep on keeping on.
We'll have more tonight at 10.
Your brother told me you asked him for money again today. And your work called saying you've missed your last 3 shifts.
Our marriage won't survive if you keep using. It's either us or drug use. It's your choice.
Choose life. Choose Landmark Recovery. Visit landmarkrecovery.com to learn more.
When you drive a Ford F-150, you get more than just good looks. You get more truck. With more power and smart technology, more toughness and creature comforts, more performance, durability, and capability. And right now, you also get more savings. Hurry in today to get a 2023 F-150 with 3.9 for 60 plus a grand low APR cash from your local Ford store. Where there's always more in store.
You might be asking yourself, how did Mr. HVAC get to be so famous? Well, it's not because he's a man of mystery. In fact, his work speaks for itself, even in disaster situations. No, Mr. HVAC doesn't need fancy gimmicks to help his clients. He stands for honest, reliable work to get you through the season. When your system needs repaired, it's Mr. HVAC.
Watch me. Watch my first step turn to leaps and bounds. Watch me play carefree while the world goes round. Listen to me join in with every girl and boy. Screams of happiness, limitless joy. Watch me run through the grass and sand. They said I would, now I can. Watch me. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
Get your home or business ready for spring with a professional cleaning by Stanley Steamer. Winter buildup can leave your carpets, upholstery, tile floors, and more looking dull and dirty. Stanley Steamer certified technicians use powerful proprietary equipment and family-safe cleaning solutions to remove the buildup of dirt, dust, and grime to restore your home or business to cleaner and healthier spaces. For a fresh start this spring, call or go online to schedule your deep cleaning with Stanley Steamer today.